I saw this little screwdriver on the $5 table at the flea market. I picked it up and saw it was marked LS Starrett. So I decided to bring it home. It looks like the former owner was a Mr. Home, and he marked it twice. The butt end is a little beat up. The tip looks okay, but it looks like it might have been reprofiled. I found a catalog page online. So this is supposed to unscrew right here. Right now it's really tight. I can't get it by hand. I'm going to have to try some tools. I've got a piece of leather wrapped around the end there to keep me from damaging it. Let's see what happens. Oh, there it goes. That wasn't as bad as I thought. All right. So it's almost set up like, the ferrule on your Dremel. Wow, those are some fine threads. Let me see if that tip will come out. That tip's in there pretty good. I'm going to try cleaning up some of this rust. I think I said ferrule. I meant to say collet. It's made just like the collet on your Dremel. Let's see if I can pull that tip out of there. I put a little Sharpie marker on the shaft. That way I can make sure that's not spinning in the vise. Got another little piece of leather. Pair of pliers. See what happens. Looks like I'm moving them both. Let me try tightening up the vise a little bit. Oh, she's really stuck. I think it's time for some heat. Right in here, looks like it's been like a silver solder or something. So I have to be careful how much heat I put on this thing. I don't want to make matters worse and melt that, whatever that is. I put my mark back on the shaft. Let's see if I get a little bit of movement. All right. Looks like it's starting to wiggle now. It looks like she's moving now. There you go. I think it's backing off too. Yeah, I think it's backing off. Yeah, definitely. There we go. Think I got it. All right. It looks like that knocker loose made it all the way down the shaft. That's probably what helped, between that and the heat. So here it is disassembled. See how that collet's made. There's the shaft. See what I mean about that knocker loose? Got all the way in there, penetrated all the way up. I guess inside the ferrule there somewhere there's a notch for that end to go in to make it anti-rotation. This is a 22 caliber bore brush. Put some WD-40 on it. I think that'll go down in there. Oh yeah. I guess that should fit here too. Yeah. Yeah, look at all that liquid patina. There you go. Wow, lots coming out. Do a little more of that. I found a slightly bigger bore brush for these threads. Now that's the shaft after the coarse and medium conditioning belts. I think I'm going to work on profiling this tip by hand. I'm going to start with some 150 grit. I'm just using this as a flat surface. I find that on these smaller tips you can get yourself in trouble with the 1x30 machine. Alright, I'll come back when I've gone through all the grits. Alright, here's the tip, sanded down to 320 grit. I think it looks a little better, right? Now before I go any further, I'm going to use this to help me sand the wood handle. So I got the shaft back in the handle, I got the collet tight. I'm going to use my drill press to help me sand this wood. I'm not going to use any paint stripper because I plan to paint this black again. I just want to get the worst of it off. Maybe try to get Mr. Holmes' name off it too. I figure while I have it in the drill press, I'll use some of this superfine Scotch Brite to polish some of the metal too. Here's the wood handle sanded down to 220. Looks like all that's left of the markings is that E. I can't feel it with my finger. And there's a little bit here. I think I can just smear some wood putty on that and then give it a final sand. Okay, here's what the Starrett number 559B pocket screwdriver looked like when I brought it home from the flea market. And here it is now. I primed and painted the handle Satin Canyon Black. After the paint was fully cured, I buffed with superfine steel wool and applied a coat of paste wax. And of course, Chuck and I polished the metal with flits. L.S. Starrett was founded in 1880 by Leroy S. Starrett and is still in business today. He is credited with inventing the modern combination square. The Internet Archive has Starrett's 1976 edition of the company's history. I've included a link to it in the description. I wasn't able to determine exactly what years Starrett offered my number 559B pocket screwdriver. I went through the catalogs available on the Internet Archive, and my screwdriver appears first in the 1927 catalog, then the 1938 catalog, but it is not in the 1948 catalog. I know some viewers feel strongly about preserving the history of an old tool, like Mr. Holmes carving his name into the handle. I chose to do a restoration rather than a preservation on this project. I did my best to restore the tool back to what it would have looked like new. If Mr. Holmes was my grandfather or uncle or something like that, I would have gone the preservation route. Let me know what you would have done in the comments. I'm glad I spotted this gem on the $5 table at the flea market. It was fun cleaning it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.